Greetings. Today I'd like to focus our attention on Chapter 15, Crimes of the New Millennium, Cybercrime and Transnational Organized Crime. One day I opened a Twitter account, and the next thing I knew, there was about 25 people following me. And I thought to myself, this is very strange, a little disconcerting actually. There were several people that were social media experts. There were 3 or 4 topless women, and there was another 5 or 6 people that wanted to sell me all kinds of products to make me financially successful. After a few days, they disappeared from my Twitter account, and I didn't think much of it. But I wondered, what if I had clicked on any of those? Were they legitimate, or would have they led to a virus or some kind of further manipulation of my computer? Would have they been able to steal data from my computer or compromise the security of my system? Would they be able to obtain information from my computer? Well, I don't keep information on my computer that would be relevant to thieves. Basically, I keep my own research and writings, which really are only of value probably to me. But there are many people who keep all kinds of relevant documents. I'm not worried about my computer. I'm worried about my bank's computer system. What if that's compromised? What if someone breaks into that and then gets into my account and transfers what little money I have in there into their account? And so we see this system of technology changing rapidly, and what was considered to be science fiction maybe 20 or 30 years ago is now reality. And so really what I'd like to do is focus on a few of the crimes that we see, but also I want you to think about the future, because that's really what we need to focus on. If you think about the different types of cyber crimes, we have many crimes, and you just put cyber in front of that. For example, cyber terrorism, cyber theft, cyber vandalism, cyber sex, cyber harassment, cyber bullying, cyber stalking, and the list could go on and on and on. And so there's a vast area now of cyber crime in criminal justice studies. And of course, we have an entire course on this topic that you could take. And there are others that specialize in the actual investigation, forensic computer science, for example. But think about the different types of cyber thefts that can occur. There are really many. And a cyber thief may be able to infiltrate an individual's computer system and obtain credit card information, banking information, other relevant information to obtain usually some type of money or payment for goods. There's also the possibility of an individual group infiltrating and breaking into, cyber-wise, a bank and deleting accounts or transferring money to accounts and the like. There's also cyber vandalism. People can attack individual computers, and they can attack organization computers. And there's cyber terrorism, cyber warfare that we read about. And some say that in the future, wars will be fought using cyber technology. Think about the different types of computer fraud that occurs, not only with the computers that may be in our pockets in terms of smartphones or on our desks as desktops and laptops, but also think whenever you put a credit card or debit card in a machine that there could actually be scanners on there that are put there illegally that would obtain information, and someone can get that information, or someone can obtain what you're sending when you're using unsecured Wi-Fi in a public location. Or maybe someone can obtain information by looking over one's shoulder and seeing some input, or watching their hands on a keyboard typing to obtain passwords and other information. there's all kinds of technology that's used that is for criminal behavior, but there's also a lot of technology that's used for social networking and improving relationships and building relationships. So obviously there is, victimization, but there's also a lot of pro-social and beneficial aspects to the technology. Sexting and cyber sex criminal behaviors have been presented in the media. The interesting thing about sexting or sending sexual images or text through smartphone technology basically is that it can lead to all kinds of consequences in the criminal justice system. Just let me give you an example. If a 15-year-old female is dating a 17-year-old male and she sends a picture of her topless to him, they both have committed a crime. She's distributed child pornography. He's received child pornography. If he sends that to 5 of his friends, then he's also guilty of distributing child pornography, and his friends are guilty of receiving child pornography. In essence, if we look at the data on sexting and the laws were enforced or investigated fully, and everyone that sexed was prosecuted, we would see huge numbers of junior high and high school students in the court system. So probably education and other strategies would be helpful there. When parents ask me what they can do about that, a couple things I mention, for example, is I say you can have access to all the photographs and other information that is sent to your child's phone. You can monitor all this. You can monitor your child's Facebook page. You can monitor any other social networking or MySpace, if that might be the case. That probably is one of the more effective methods, especially if the kids know that they're being monitored. In the future, we will probably see more technological interventions. For example, now there's research being conducted using genital recognition software that would basically block out sexual depictions from smartphones and computers and the like. So there's ways to deal and address this, but often the criminal justice system's way behind the technology. There may be also other crimes, such as denial of service attack. There may be copyright infringement and illegal file sharing, and that is a huge financial problem. There may be internet securities fraud, trying basically to manipulate the market and offering securities that are fraudulent. We also have problems with phishing and identity theft, and so here we would also see problems with e-tailing fraud and other strategies that are used basically. For example, there's one recently that I've read about where someone gets a piece of information, or on their computer what appears is a warning that they have a computer virus, and they need to click on this icon, and that will take them to a website where they enter their credit card information and obtain the software to get rid of the virus. And in this particular case I'm talking about, it's actually in a legal group that is collecting credit card information and then using that in an illegal manner. There is no virus in that case. So you have to be able to differentiate when you get a warning and it's really your virus software, or if it's illegal and some type of other situation, or you get all these advertisements to click here, and then you can end up having your computer is taken over by someone who's able to get all the information, copy the hard drive, or delete the information, or do whatever they want with that. There was one case where a school turned on the videos and on the students' the cameras, and were able to see what the students were doing in the privacy of their own homes. There's also cyber stalking and bullying, as I mentioned, cyber spying, and then cyber warfare and cyber terrorism. And there's really a wealth of information about all that in the textbook. But I want you to think about what's going on now and think about predicting the future. And this wraps up this video. Thank you.